Hi everybody. It's been a little bit since I've made an update, and I just have been, doing life stuff that isn't all that interesting. That I feel like I would maybe, I don't know, I don't feel like some of the stuff that I have been doing as of late is stuff that I should or is necessary to share with, the world, I guess. So that's why there hasn't been an update in a few days. But there is something to talk about today. I did see a friend and a guy that she's seeing, and I went out there with my girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, Nai. And we had a really nice time, and he was very non-judgmental about me being trans and from England, UK. So very nice time in as far as that went. And then we just kind of had a nice evening. However, we went to see his friend afterward, and his friend was just hanging out in a bar or something, I don't know, with just getting some bar girls or whatever it is that guys like to do here. So that was kind of interesting, meeting his friend, and his friend seemed kind of like weird about me or something. And then when we left the bar, Nai and I were going home, and he was my other friend and the guy that she's seeing were headed off with this other guy and the girl that he was taking from this bar. But they were outside of the bar waiting for the one girl, and Nai and I were just getting ready to go. And I guess out in the light, or a good light or whatever, he got a really good look at me standing up or whatever. And I see him, I guess he probably presumed I was out of earshot or something, but he just turns to his friend and is like, "I think that's a ladyboy." And I was just like, why does this have to happen to me? And I know the main reason is definitely my voice, and that is definitely my biggest insecurity right now, and it kind of makes sense that it would be my biggest insecurity right now, because it's pretty much the only thing, or certainly the main thing that people not give me a hard time about so much as just point out that there's a lot of room for improvement, and I know that there is a huge room for improvement with my voice, but kind of been over this before, but it's really difficult to change my voice because I'm not out to my clients yet, and so work-related stuff, I'm still speaking in a male voice, and that is... It makes it really tough to try and be practicing my voice, but nevertheless, I still think I'm gonna kind of make more efforts. To top this all off, I'm talking with this guy I'm seeing in Holland, and even though we haven't met yet, we seem to get along really well and everything's fine. And then with him, he's like, "Yeah, the only thing is that your voice doesn't seem to match your body, it doesn't match you." And it's true, I don't think it matches me either, but it's the voice that I have right now, so what am I supposed to do? I mean, I've just got to get into practicing my voice more, and if you are beginning transition or considering transition or anything, I mean, I really encourage you to start on voice work as soon as possible, and don't do what I did and be like, "Oh, well," okay, because when I started transition, I didn't think that I would be in this situation of starting to blend or pass or whatever physically for 2 to 3 years. I didn't think this would happen. I thought it would take a long time, and my plan at the time was, naive as it was, well, I'll just continue acting as a guy, and then one day, boom, I'm gonna break out, and I'm just gonna like be a lady all of a sudden after like 3 years on hormones, dressing as a guy. Like, if you think about if that is really your plan, you're fucking not stupid, because that was my plan also. Or maybe I was stupid, but I wouldn't say it's stupid, it's just very naive. I mean, life is going to come and get in the way of that, and in my case it was like, no, I just couldn't take, living as male any longer. I just had to start presenting as female, even though people clock me on a, not even a daily basis, but on at least a few times a week, I will get a "hello, sir," or or is that a lady boy, or something like this, from people just out on the street or whatever, and it is something that I have to deal with, because I have some parts of me that I still have to work on. My posture, but really the main thing is my voice. If my voice was more feminine, I would pass more or blend more, and I wouldn't have this problem. And the problem in my lack of foresight was thinking that I had a lot more time to work on my voice than I did. And some people actually did say that I should start working on my voice as soon as possible. And I kind of played around with working on my voice, but I didn't really do it very seriously. And that was a big mistake on my part. So, if you're transitioning, or going to be transitioning, or thinking about transitioning pretty seriously, yeah, just work on your voice. Just do it. There's no other way to say it. It's really important. And so this guy that I'm from Holland, who's coming to see me, so he said, we were just kind of joking. Well, I said, we were just talking, and I said, well, I'll probably come and visit you after. But then I thought, that means, he's already told his, family, he's, shown his family, pictures of me and stuff, which is really sweet and everything, but it gives me a huge anxiety, because, although, he only has told, some of his family members that I'm transsexual, and I again feel like there's going to be this huge, sort of mental dissonance if I meet his family and I still have a fairly masculine sounding voice. I want to have a feminine sounding voice when I meet this guy's family, if I do, or in the future. I just want to have a feminine sounding voice. It's annoying. It's so annoying right now that I am doing pretty well in my presentation, but I have this huge gaping hole, which is my voice, which just fucks me over on a routine basis, as far as if I were wanting to pass or blend, or at the very least not be given, or not be having to deal with, random people just kind of making weird or rude remarks about me. So, yeah, I rambled for a very long time now, but the moral of the story is that for multiple reasons, yes, voice, very, very, very important. And I think, although I still probably will get voice surgery, I've got to try working on my voice a lot more than I have been, and hopefully I can get it to a reasonable sounding feminine voice within a few months. That'd be really good. But as it is right now, yeah, it's tough. Okay, I think that's it for today. voice, 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 and more voice. Do it. Okay, bye.